This is the going to be the 5-element studio running around vehicle. It's a '69 Bug. We bought it for $250 off some gentleman in Cameron, North Carolina, and it was a mess. It needed pans, rockers, everything. Still haven't gotten to this rocker yet. This is the good one. The other one's been replaced. I built that rocker from scratch, from just sheet metal. I couldn't see they want a lot for a rocker. I bought the base plate for it, the part that bolts to the pan, and it was just crap metal, and I figured I could do better than that. That's going to be the headliner. We're going to do a real beachy theme on this one. All that's been replaced. And this corner here where the headlight was, where the antenna was just eaten away. So all that's been replaced. I'm not going crazy on the body work. The idea is I'm going to sand it, get it down to bare metal, and get it as much of the swirl marks as I can out of it, not polished but pretty close, and clear coat it, and just leave that raw metal sitting out there. I'm not going to worry about too much of the light rust. This is going to be kind of like a hood ride deal. We already went through the pan and did it's got a narrow beam on it. I narrowed the beam. Little experiment with the shocks. I modified the stock shocks, so they'll work with the narrowed and dropped beam. And all I did was cut off the top about 2 or 3 inches of the shock and then rethreaded the shaft. It's still, the shock, I'm thinking, will still work in its optimum range and won't stay bottomed out all the time. It just doesn't have as much travel as it did before, so it won't bottom out internally. So it feels stiff just by pushing on the car. So might have to just take the shocks off and run it without them. I don't know. I haven't driven it yet, so we'll see. All the fabrication work is done here. All the paint work will be done here. That dash was hammered. Somebody had taken I don't know, a pair of pliers and a rock and cut a hole in the dash for some radio, and so that's been repaired, and the interior is basically ready to go back together. We got the fabric to recover the door panels. The bamboo's gonna go up there in the headliner. We're gonna not recover the seats. We're just gonna put canvas over the wire frames and leave it. Rhino line the floor, and that'll be that for the interior. I'm just gonna go for a 1600 dual port with a just bone stock roof rack. You can look around on YouTube here and see what I'm talking about. Just search for hood ride and you'll see. This is more of a beachy hood ride. Here's where the magic happens. It's my propane forge. goes pretty good. Heats the metal up real good. I haven't welded with it yet, just 'cause not really what I do with the blacksmithing end of things. I do more furniture type stuff, bird baths and things like that, so it's kind of a cross between welding, fabrication, and blacksmithing. I think there's a piece over here. This is kind of stuff we do. This is the base to a bird bath. That's welded, and the legs and the roses are done with the blacksmithing, with the forge. And then I just MIG weld this stuff on there. My wife turns pottery, so she'll turn a giant bowl for that and set it on there. That's a little place for the birdies to sit. There's more of our stuff back there. I'll post videos later on of these pieces spread out so you can see them better. Just wanted to get the bikes up, make a few videos for the boys on the forum so they can see what I'm talking about.